Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of All Gen Gamers. This is episode 114. I am back from a brief little hiatus, and I am joined by my usual co-host, Jason Heine.
Hey, yo!
As well as John, Gamester81.
What's up, guys? What's up, Pete?
Not too much. As well as Metal Jesus Rocks.
Hello!
And someone that's many of you may know, Johnny Millennium, the Happy Console Gamer. What's up, Johnny?
Who the hell is that? I want to meet this guy. Where is he?
He's a very famous director.
I heard he's a hack. I think I might be right. It's great to be back. I can't believe it's already been 14 episodes since 100 when me and Rob were on.
I know, it's crazy.
Time's flying.
Yeah, I forgot about that weekly schedule, like the amount of episodes you guys come out with on a weekly basis to add another 14 episodes since the last time I was there. That's just wild. So thank you for having me on. Number one, absolutely.
Anytime, man, anytime. So, Hey, Johnny, man, congrats on the video, your movie.
Thank you. Totally. Thank you for being in it, Gamester.
Yeah, my balls still hurt from it, but
I love that part.
But I had an absolute ball being in the movie.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, John, I don't know what picture you guys want to use for this podcast, but I actually have the fucking awesomest photo of me directing you.
Oh, awesome.
Okay? No. Like, Rob's there with the script. He's acting like all serious. And I'm there, like, going, come on, more pain with your balls. And you're like, ah! It's actually quite good, actually. I think that was one of the first few scenes that we did, was because you were in town and we're like, hey, do you want to do this? And I remember you weren't even there for that long.
No, I was there for like a day.
Yeah.
I think. I came up, I drove up, and I drove down. Yeah, all I can also say about the experience was it was nuts.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'll stop.
All night of this.
But no, it was a lot of fun. Johnny, I think that's the night I drove up, and I think we did the filming.
Yeah.
And I remember I remember you telling me to bring an extra pair of pants because we were like, we had a whole bunch of salsa or some shit. Like, we made up, I remember you going like some weird concoction of like salsa and chocolate or something weird. Like, I don't know what you put into it to make the blood, And then I remember it being like fucking cold.
Yeah, people said that. Like, what the fuck is his balls made out of? And it's like, I don't know what balls are kind of made out of. I've never really taken apart human balls, thank God, But I just kind of thought, well, maybe it's like a little chunks of this and chunks of that. I guess it would be. And just to make it look really gross. And I didn't have any, I didn't want to really use blood because that would have been really too kind of gross. You know what I mean? Like, you can overdo it, I kind of thought.
Well, where the fuck are you getting real blood?
Well, the rituals I do on a night.
Oh, Jesus.
Type of thing. But no, they have some really good fake blood, and I used it for the engineer who died later on in the end of the movie. I just sprayed him full of blood, and it looked pretty good. But he needs to look like he got shot. But yeah, blood dripping off Gamester's balls. I was not going to be applying that, just so you know. I wasn't going to be But I also want to thank Jason for doing the music. Now, I think did I approach you, Jason, like 3 years ago as well?
It was a while ago. Yeah, definitely was. Yeah.
Shit. Time flies by.
Well, it was an awesome experience. I really appreciate the opportunity. I thought everything in it was fitting, and I'm glad that we can talk about it now after the fact. It's really difficult to write music and score that when we're so far away.
Totally.
It's really difficult because, Johnny, you sent me the script a long time ago, and so I'm reading through it, and I'm in my mind thinking, what can I write for this? And I write something, and then, I send it over, and it's like, it either fits or it doesn't, and it's really kind of difficult to do that. But
very difficult, yeah.
All the stuff that happened and all the music that's in there, it's fantastic. I think everything's really fitting, and so again, I appreciate that. I think it turned out fantastic. So nice.
And I just want to say, like, about our collaboration in this sense is that it was very difficult because we always talked about, even when we were in Seattle, and I was finally able to show you a little bit of the film. We looked at each other and we're like, it's like when you're sitting next to somebody, standing next to somebody, it's so different than over Skype, obviously, and like that changes a lot. So Jason did an amazing job. The reason why he gave me folders of music, and it was like, and that's what was wonderful about doing the music. I'd be like, man, what song would fit here? And I go through all the songs, and I'm like, this one. And it's like, this is the one. And it was so easy to know the right song. And you did so much variations of music. It was quite incredible. And what made me sad, Jason, is that there's so much music.
Yeah.
I know, and it's so sad that so many people will never get to hear this music because it's not that it was bad music. It's just it didn't have a point to fit into the particular scene. But the music, like compositions, were fucking unbelievable. And I'd be like, man, I gotta find a place for the song. And it would drive me crazy when I couldn't because the song was so awesome. And I was like listening to the song in my spare time, type of thing. So that's also frustrating. You're trying to get everybody's work, into the movie, but also there's only so much music you can put into a movie as well.
Yeah, very, very true. That's why I wanted to kind of go overboard with it and give you, ample, more than enough, so that hopefully, it's always good to have more than enough, and then, be prepared as to not have enough, and then have to be picky and choosy. And I know the creative process there. It's really a selfish thing in getting it just right, and I completely get it. So I wanted to give you ample stuff. Yeah. So
it's very surprising too. It was so surprising when I'd be sitting there. I remember there was this scene when, the whole robbing the groceries bit. And he's like, I didn't get the groceries. And he's yelling that at the end. He's finally had enough. And I'm like having a moment when I'm talking to him on the phone. And I was like, what song do I do here? And I couldn't figure out any song. No song would work. And I'm like, it needs something. And I couldn't figure it out. And there's one song that you did. And I put it in there. And it created this like comedy moment. It almost was like the audience is laughing with me going, oh, that Rob, that's nothing to the acting. That was what the music portrayed. It's it's fascinating how music can really change the entire emotion of a scene. It's amazing. It's very, very powerful stuff, type of thing. But Jason, when I think to the end of the movie and when we're in the car chase sequence and all that begins, like, I couldn't imagine any other music in there. Not at all.
It was quite a scene, and I love it. I love all the sound design and everything that went into that. I just think it just fit perfectly. Like, there's action, and then the music pumps, and then there's more action, and then it dies down, and you guys have some commentary, and then boom, right back in. I get goosebumps just thinking about that scene and just how it all came together. It was very, very cool. And
how I did it, honestly, was I just wanted to speak about that particular scene because it totally relates to your music in the sense that I was so ill. I was deathly dying of some flu that I had. I was dying. It was horrible. And I felt so sick, and I stayed home from work. And but I'm the kind of person I am. I can't just lay down. I need to be doing something. So I just sat there staring at a screen. I'm like, I'm going to edit the entire end of the movie together. And I did that all while I was like hallucinatingly sick. It's really kind of weird how it works. And I started with us running towards the car, and then I put in your song, and I'm like, okay, this is good. And it was like the framework of how I was going to edit all the action together. And it's really funny how one helps the other. I don't know. It's a fascinating experience editing, and it's awesome. It's like I was so sick, but I was so high as a kite. Like putting it all together, I was like, oh my God, this is working. And I basically in one day finished the entire editing of the entire end of the movie, from the beginning of that chase scene to the end of the movie.
Wow. As being an artist, that's exactly what we call being in the zone. There's that saying. I mean, that was it. You were in that zone, and everything just worked. That's really cool.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun making this movie. It was holy shit. I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again.
Never say never.
Well, I didn't want to get into it, but Kim would kill me if I start talking like this, and she knows that I've already written what the next movie would be, and I know. I just basically I was finished the movie. I'm just having a bit of fun, and I start writing what I would want the next movie to be. And let me just say this: if I ever make it, which will be years to come, because I don't have the ability to make it the way I see it in my head, is that it would be really, really serious and really, really dark, and really, how like Empire Strikes Back is the dark movie. Yeah. Mine would be really brutal. I think people might hate me afterwards too. It'd be so nasty, and it's dark context type of thing. But anyways, that's I'm in not semi-retirement, but I'm in semi-retirement from the show for a bit. I'm just chilling out, relaxing for a while.
Well, you've got to do that.
You gotta recoup. You know, one of my favorite scenes is the dream sequence where you have like the future you come back and then like Rob Man comes back.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it kind of like a spin-off of that storyline too. You know, like what is that a dream or that actually, you know what I'm saying? Like that'd be kind of a cool deal to see actually how that all went down.
Make sure to follow us, the All Gen Gamers podcast, on Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube and in iTunes. And don't forget about those iTunes ratings, guys. We appreciate those. And for all other info, links, and our forum, please visit www.allgengamers.com.